At the front of some of today's front newspaper pages this morning, we'll start with the Sunday Telegraph. It's reporting that nearly 30 million people under 50 years old will be vaccinated at work from the spring. That's under proposals being considered by ministers. The paper says that frontline emergency service workers, teachers, delivery drivers and supermarket staff would be among those at the front of the queue. After all, those who are older or vulnerable have been offered a jab.
Let's take a look at the Sunday Times next, which reports that online retailers like Amazon, which have done well during the pandemic, are facing a double tax raid under plans being drawn up by the government. It also has a picture of a snowboarder in Aberdeenshire, with a warning that people, as we've been reporting, in South East England could be facing similar conditions as Storm Darcy turns up.
Meanwhile, The Observer has an impressive snow picture too. This one is a sledger near Pitlochry. Apologies. Its lead story is based on figures showing the volume of exports going through British ports to the EU fell by 68% last month. That's compared with January last year. A drop, the paper says, was mostly a result of problems caused by Brexit. The government is, however, disputing that figure.
And to Scotland on Sunday next. And, no prizes guessing which story they decided deserved a smidgen of coverage. Scotland on Sunday having a large picture of the Scottish rugby team celebrating that historic win over England at Twickenham yesterday. The paper has produced a mere 24-page supplement to mark the occasion. Good luck to them. Why not?
Absolutely. Fair enough. Annette Jane will, of course, bring you extensive detail on that. I've absolutely no doubt coming up in the sport in the next half hour.
Brush past it at least, Rachel, yeah.
A quick look at what we've got inside the papers. Go on, you start, Chris.
I don't know if I've ever mentioned that I'm from Yorkshire.
Never.
Just this story caught my eye in the Observer today, which is a real example of a kind of slow burn film, which has been made back in 2011, all about a story of a young lad trying to kind of find himself, and he builds up a friendship with a ranger in the Yorkshire Dales. And this was a project of this particular chap here, who works in the film industry, Dan Hartley, but it's never really made much money. But of course, the joy of the kind of streaming era and YouTube and Amazon is that you don't just kind of release a film and then it comes and goes, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. It can have a kind of slow burn. And it's now picking up hundreds of thousands of views, and whilst it hasn't really made him much money, it's clearly really a project of the heart. Isn't
that lovely? It's word of mouth at the moment, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's how things are spreading. Very quick one today in, I think it's the Sunday Times. So, Chris, I have fallen victim twice over this lockdown of deliveries that have gone horribly wrong, things missing or the wrong items in there. So a new service for £15 only means the courier waits outside, you try them on, you have 40 minutes, you hand them back to them, and if anything's wrong, and say what you want. Personally, I would find that pressure really intense because it takes me a couple of days to ruminate over whether I like clothes or not. So
40 minutes, I'm just feeling for the poor delivery person.
Waiting outside with the
doorstep thinking, God, Nina's been gone 35 minutes. It's only a pair of gloves.
And also, £15 quite a lot, isn't it, to add on to the delivery?
It is really. Yeah, no, absolutely.